conversations. Now we're going to dive into our mastery level training for this morning. And this morning's, once again, we're talking about prospecting. And so today, Cardone University, we're going to be sharing the power base call. So pull out your playbooks. You want to have your notebook, guys, and that you're taking some great notes here this morning.
Today's call. John, Grant Cardone, hey, I had you on my mind. Remember, this is a friend of mine, somebody in my base, right? Hey, I had you on my mind, couldn't shake you, and I just want to catch up. It's been forever since I talked to you. Am I getting you at a bad time? I'm going to ask for permission here. If he says yes, no problem. When's a good time to get back with you? If he says he's in my power base, I'm likely to get one of these. No, Grant, I got a few minutes. What's up, man? Great. Just calling to catch you up. Been thinking about you. What are you doing now? See, this is where I'm going to start qualifying this guy. Where's he at? What's he doing? How are things? Tell me about the family. What do you do for work? Again, small talk. And then I'm going to transition to the third part. Look, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I would love to sit down with you. I'd love to do lunch with you or come by the office and see what you're up to. Would that work for you? This is the goal of the call, to get back in front of this person, if possible, not because he or she is a buyer for my product, but he or she is in my power base. Get out of obscurity, get their attention, get back in front of them. Hey, maybe they are a player. Maybe you get lucky and they want to buy your product, okay? More than likely, they're going to help you expand your power base and maybe bring some business to you that they can help you with. Start reactivating your power base, okay, with the call and watch what happens to you. It's going to blow you away. You're going to be like, I had no clue I wasn't working all these opportunities. You're going to find out also that you're not dependent upon a good or bad economy. Okay, here's some notes here. Follow up every call that you make with a handwritten note and follow that up with an email. So what are you going to need from people? Addresses and emails. Also, you want to capture a cell number either in the call or when you visit them. The cell number is the most valuable piece of information you can have on a customer. They never change that number unless something terrible happens to them. Okay, that way I can remind them about that lunch appointment we got on Wednesday. That's my reason for getting the text number. If you talk to an assistant, another note here, if you talk to the assistant and can't get through to John, tell the assistant, hey, Jennifer, I'm an old friend of John from school, just wanted to catch up. Take the time then with her to capture his email, capture his cell if you can. Make sure that you make a great impression with Jennifer, because he or she is the gatekeeper of your power base. This is a great call. Okay, if you need to go back over it or you need a PDF file on it of the exact script in this call, we'll provide that to you. Learn this call.
Good morning, everybody.
Great morning.
Mo's going to be on in a few minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Great morning.
I'm just in my car.
Mona's on.
I am. I've been on. I just knew I was going to be on in my car versus in front of my computer. So, but good morning, everybody.
It's a great day.
Morning.
So that was short and sweet. I mean, there was, but definitely power packed. And I'll say the one big takeaway there, with our power base is, we do have to be prepared in how we're going to connect with them. So we want to make sure that we have a process in how we're making that connection, what we're saying. Even yesterday when they was talking about it, like if you're talking to somebody you haven't seen in a long time, that's fine. Here's how you do that conversation. And then if you're talking to someone you talk to all the time, great. Here's how you want to have that conversation. So I think it's, for me, one of my takeaways was making sure that you approach it just like how we think about leads, and how we're approaching certain types of leads. We want to think through how we're approaching our different warm market, based on the level of maybe familiarity we have with them. But nonetheless, we should have a process in place of how we're going to do that, how we're going to follow up once that initial phone call is made, because if we haven't talked to someone in a long time, the first call is probably not going to be, hey, let me tell you what I'm doing. But it may just be, yes, let's catch up when, I haven't talked to you in a while. And then having a follow-up process from there to kind of stay connected and then get yourself into a place where you can start having, where you can have the conversation. Because naturally, if you're having conversations and catching up with people, part of that is people's career, and what they're doing in their lives, and that can open up an opportunity to have the same conversation, So those were some of my quick takeaways for that one. And I liked what you said about the gatekeeper. But every time I hear the word gatekeeper, I think of business, because when you call into a business and you're trying to get someone on the phone, that person is only job, it seems like, is to keep you from getting on the call with the person that you're calling for. So I do like that he said to say, I'm a friend. That's a good way, getting past the gatekeeper. So I thought that was really good. So that's my takeaways, John.
Right. And also a gatekeeper can be that spouse that don't really know you. Like if you're calling your cousin or your aunt or your friend, that gatekeeper can be the spouse and can keep you from really speaking to the person you want to speak to, because they'll let you set the appointment. So that's what I thought. But man, that was good stuff this morning, and that definitely tied in with what Cheryl said. I mean, I thought what you said was great, Cheryl. A lot of people definitely need to understand infinite banking and how we can take full advantage of it now, as opposed to a few months ago, we really couldn't. So with that said, now's a good time to really go back to your power base and speak to them about infinite banking, because a lot of them are not in a position to save money or put money in the stock or whatever. And they want these large policies, and they're in their 40s or late 50s or 60s. So now you can say, hey, how's your savings going? Have you got enough? I mean, you got a grandson, you got a son or a daughter that's in their 20s. Why don't we put something on them that can help with your retirement? What do you mean? Oh, let me schedule an appointment with you so I can go over that. Like, to me, now's a good time. If you're not comfortable with approaching your power base, you need to reach out to your manager or your manager's manager and do some role playing. Because we do role playing here, but you don't have to just wait to do the role playing. So that way, when you're speaking to your power base, you're a little bit more comfortable. Even though we'll take an excited person that don't know what they talking about, but guess what? They're talking to their power base. We'll take those all day. But if that's not you, role play to get comfortable and stop putting it off, because I promise you, someone's going to speak to your power base while you're waiting to get comfortable. So that's really what I got. I mean, really, I'm glad you brought that up, Cheryl. I thought that everybody needs to read those books and at least really understand what infinite banking is and how we can take advantage of it. The floor is open to anybody else for their takeaways.
Could someone do a role play on that so I can see it, Jamal? This is Panther.
Sure, Panther. Heck, I'll role play with you, Panther, if you're okay with that.
No, not me. I want to see somebody else do it.
Role play, but don't role play with me. All right. So who wants to role play? You could be
a family member, Pamela, that way, whatever is in your mind, because there may be an image that you have in your head right now of what that could look like or sound like, and you're concerned about it, and that's, causing you to maybe have pause of reaching out to family. So you should be that family member and then allow Jamal to be the agent so you can give that resistance that's playing in your head. That might be, I'm not saying Panther, but that might be playing your head or anyone's head. And in that way you can hear what it might sound like, doing it, with a particular scenario.
Oh, the persuasion. I'll do it.
So just to be specific.
I have no idea about it, but I'll do it.
Oh, well. So do you want to be the cousin or the auntie? or the family friend?
Family friend.
Family friend. All right. Bring. Hey, Miss Panther. How you doing? This Jamal.
Hi, Jamal. How you doing? I'm good. And you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm glad I got a few minutes. Well, first of all, did I catch you at a bad time?
No, this is a good time.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. So, how's the family doing?
They're doing good. They're doing well.
Good. Good. And what do you do now, Miss Panther?
I'm not doing very much of nothing. I sit home and take care of the grandbabies.
Okay. Man, that sounds fun. You know, how many grandbabies you got?
Two.
Me too. I got two also. Mine's 5 and 2. How old are yours?
I have a 8-year-old as of yesterday, and I have a 14-year-old.
Okay. Oh, that's good stuff. That's real good stuff. Now, I think the last time we seen each other was at the family get together, you know, and I think you had your grandkids there also.
I did. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason why I called is because you know I do a lot of things. Everybody knows it. And
Yes.
I've spoken to you about it before, about some of the things I do, and you were really open-minded. So I just wanted to know if I can actually get a few minutes of your time by tomorrow or Thursday and tell you what I'm doing and how it could benefit you. And really, it might not be for you, but what I'm hoping is that you'll know people that you can refer me to. The same thing I told you last time.
Okay, tomorrow will be fine.
Okay, all right. And you didn't ask what it's about, so I won't tell you. What time is a good time for us to meet tomorrow? Is 1 o'clock good or 4 o'clock?
I think 1 o'clock will be good. Kids are in school, so we'll be able to talk, and you will have my full attention.
Okay, all right. So 1 o'clock, and your address is still 123 North Main Street.
That is correct.
All right. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you a friendly reminder in the morning, to let you know that I'm on my way, and I'll be there at 1 o'clock. I'm probably going to be a few minutes early. And then we could just take it from there. Okay.
Well, can I ask a little bit about what the topic would be? Which one?
Yeah, sure, that's fine. You already know I'm in insurance, and I
Yes.
spoke to you before about in coverage. As a matter of fact, you got a policy, and you referred me to some of your family and friends. But this is going to be more about being a banker, because you have grandchildren, and you could actually. My goal is to show you something that can help with your grandkids' college or even future. So that's what we'll talk about. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sound great.
All
See
right.
you then.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you.
All right. Thank you.
Now, you were real easy, Panther. Some family members not. I thought you was gonna bring it, but hey, I thank you for that role play. And I think Angela, you got your hand up.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I want to be that one that's gonna bring it, Jamal.
Oh Lord, let's go, Angela.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna be that one and you be the agent. They got insurance, but they don't have enough.
Okay.
And they wanna I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna go and check with the funeral home and see what they got to offer. That one.
Okay. Now, have you sat down with them already, or you haven't?
I have.
You have. Okay.
And then
All right.
they've already paid for their plot, and then they
Great.
just want to go back and just check and see what the funeral home want to offer. Because since they already been dealing with them and they done buried some more family members or whatever. That one.
Okay. Let's go. So you're the cousin. Hey, cousin Angela, how you doing? This is Jamal.
Hey, how you doing, Jamal?
Doing good. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, I mean I can talk right now. I'm gonna be leaving in about 20 minutes.
Great. I won't take nearly that amount of time. I'm just following up because last we spoke, you said that you had your plot taken care of, which is great. You have some coverage, but it's not enough. And you didn't want to proceed because you wanted to speak to the funeral home. So how did it go with the funeral home?
Well, I ain't had a chance to go down there because my cousin, brother, nephew, son died, and it just kind of slipped my mind. And
Okay.
but I'm gonna probably get down there in another couple of weeks because I already got my plot, and I got me and my husband. We already got our stuff. They done buried a lot of people in our family, and we've been knowing them for a long time. So I'll probably try to call Pam one day next week and see when can I come down there. They be busy.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason why I'm asking that is, last time we spoke, you said you were going to speak to them, and you didn't speak to them yet, which is fine. But let me tell you my concern, Angela. You don't have enough coverage right now, or you feel like you don't have enough coverage to do your burial. You got enough for the plot. But what if something happens to you before then? And I'm not even talking about death. I'm talking about something that affects your health for this policy, because anything can happen, Angela. So, and really, before you even go to the funeral home, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna say, yes, we can help you. We could put you on this pre-need plan, and it's gonna take care of that $15,000 policy, $15,000 funeral, and you're gonna be like, okay, great, I got this payment plan. But the biggest difference is life insurance, you can make one payment, and if you pass away, that funeral is covered. Your death benefit's gonna get that $15,000 policy if that's what you choose. Where pre-need, some of them are not like that. You can make one payment, and if you pass, your family members still have to scrunch up the rest of that money because they're not covering it. So I just wanted to tell you that because I just don't want you to get jammed up, because you said you want to make sure that your son doesn't have to worry about that. And that's where I'm here for, to make sure you don't have to worry about that. That makes sense?
Well, I've been knowing them for a long time, and they done buried it. They done did right by a bunch of our family members. I mean, I know that, they couldn't do too much about my son because we let his son take care of him, but they still did the best they could. They had to end up cremating him, and I didn't know he didn't have no policy. But I think since that had to happen the way it did, they're gonna probably give me a better deal to kind of make it right. And that's why I want to go with them.
Mm. You said make it a better deal. What do you think is a better deal?
Well, they thought that we had the money to bury my son, but I didn't know that when he turned 18, because I've been paying on these policies for so long. I didn't know when they turn certain age, they got to get their own insurance. So they did the cremation for $3,500. And that's why I think that if any more burials be done, I'd rather go through them because I think they'll give me a better deal.
Okay. Now, I don't know if Angela, I'm all for, going for what you know. But I also have access to other funeral home prices too, in the area and in surrounding areas. So I could actually give you a quote on how much it'll cost for their burials, and you still use your same plot. So now when you go and speak to to the funeral home, you'll at least know if they're giving you a great rate, quote unquote. That makes sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. But I just don't know. My family and my husband's family, we just always dealt with these people. So
Yeah.
and
And
they pretty good when we go to the funeral and all. And I already got my plot and I bought it through. They helped me get that. So I just think I'd rather just stick with them.
okay. Well, you could stick with them. It's just we need to speak to them. I really wish we can speak to them by tomorrow so we'll know where we stand, because you don't want to move forward with this policy until you speak to them. And my concern is anything could happen, and you'll be relying on them to try to take care of everything on a policy where you don't think it's enough. So we could even, you know, get you started with a $10,000 policy before you even speak to them. And if anything changes and you say, you know what, Jamal, I'd just rather go through the funeral home, then we could just make those changes. But at least something's in place now. Does that make sense, Angela?
That's great. I like that, Jamal. Thank you.
Okay. So what's your beneficiary's first name going to be?
Me? So yeah, that will work. That will work. I'll try that angle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash their funeral home, but man, some people are really like that. They feel like their funeral home is just gonna treat them so good, and then when you be like, "What is treat them so good?" They charge you $12,000 for this funeral.
Right. Yeah, they've been with them. There's been it was 22 kids with mom and dad on mom's side, but there's only 2 left, and they really did. They did. I ain't gonna say they got over. I'm not gonna say that. Now I know what I know, but that's a lot of people to bury
Right,
in one funeral home. So I'd
right.
love to have been that agent then.
Now, Angela, keep in mind we got Funeralocity that can get prices on all funeral homes. We also have a site where we can get prices on caskets and also headstones, and even vaults. So
Mhm.
you you can, when you tell your clients that, you're coming across as an expert. So now when they want to go speak to that funeral home, and that funeral home gives them a list of prices and they have the prices that you gave them, they're like,
Mhm.
man, your definition of treating my family good, you overcharge just $6,000 compared to these prices I already have. So Funeralocity and the other sites for caskets, because they have free shipping, and also the
Mhm.
vaults that have free shipping.
Okay.
We
Thank you for
definitely.
that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for bringing it up. I think
Okay.
somebody else had their hand up too.
This is, this
The
is
next
Panther.
role play, the
I
next
have a,
role play Mona doing. I'm just letting y'all know, even though she driving.
so in that angle, this is Panther again. In that angle, she felt like her funeral home was treating her so good because she had nothing to compare what they were providing to. So, and what you did in that angle, you gave her information. So when she goes to that funeral home, she has something to compare it with. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
All day, every day. All right, Britt, what you got for us?
Great morning. So I know about Funeralocity. Are you talking about the caskets.com? I can't remember. It was a website that I had ran across a while ago that they had caskets for like 1,500 or something like that in the vault. And I'm not sure about the vault. So what are the other 2 websites that you're talking about for the merchandise?
When I find it, I'll put it in Discord because there was
Okay.
a bunch of them, and
Oh, okay.
I think those caskets was $1,200 with free shipping.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes,
All right.
and I'll put that in resources Discord. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Oh, by the way, that was really smooth. I really liked how you just did that scenario. That was real good. Yeah, that was real good.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Anybody else got any questions or concerns or their takeaway from the day? There's a lot of information here, guys, from both, from Cheryl and from Grant, that you could take advantage of. Please role play.
Yeah.
Can I do one more?
Yes, ma'am. Who's that?
Angela, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Go ahead, Angela.
a younger married couple. They got married April, and the girlfriend at the time, she got a policy from one of her friends, and so I approached them, and so she went ahead and got the policy. But I think the girl gave her she's 29. The girl gave her a term policy, and now that she was listening to me, um, give this other lady a policy. Then it raised the brow that that she thinks that she don't have enough, or it's gonna end at some point. So her husband comes in, and I'm talking to her about the policy. And he wants a policy that's going, when he take out the policy, he wants a policy that he can borrow money from right away. Let's do that one.
Yeah. Well, no policy, you can borrow money right away, unless you do a immediate annuity. Yes, we could definitely. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot. Mona.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back in front of my computer. So, but I was trying to get myself together. So there was I heard a little bit of the background as a couple, and they have term policy now, and they're interested in whole life. Was that did I
Yes,
get that right?
they want something that that's not gonna end. But the husband wants to take the policy out and then be able to borrow money from it right away. Because one of his friends told him that once you take out an insurance policy, you can borrow money from it right away.
Gotcha. Okay, I completely understand. Okay, so you want me to role play with you how I would talk to the husband, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so Angela, thank you so much for for sitting down with me today. I was talking to your husband. I'm gonna swap it out. Obviously, you're gonna be the person that's and he mentioned that you were interested in getting something more permanent that can provide you with cash value that eventually you'll be able to borrow against. Is that correct?
Well, yes. One of his friends told him that
Well, you
um
could be him. You could be the person that you want me to talk to.
okay. Well, Mona, I just want a policy because I got a 1 year old and I got a 8 month old. And my buddy told me that I can get a policy and I can start borrowing money on it because I want to start me a business. I need to put some brakes on the truck I just bought. And me and my wife, we want to get us a house. All this at the same time. So he got time to be
Mm,
playing. Ain't got time to be playing because she gonna be graduating college in next year, and so I want to already have all this stuff done. And if my buddy can do it, he's told me that this is what I need to do. But one of her friends gave us a policy, and it's a term policy, and that agent said that will be able to do um all that for us in a year, and that was for primary. So I believe that.
hmm. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question behind that, and thank you so much for sharing that with me. Do you currently have a large lump sum of money that you would be able to put into the policy?
Know what I need to do. Well, this lady from Senior Life, she offered, and it sounds good because it was cheaper than what we're paying. But
Mm-hmm.
30,000 ain't gonna do it. I needed like what I got on my job. I got 300,000 on my job, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna just let that sit there. I don't want to bother that in my job because it's already
Right.
set in stone. So if you can't come no better than that, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can, and what was your age again?
I'm 32, and I do
32.
music
Okay.
too, so I need some
This
money
is
for my music too. Hmm.
okay. All right. So let me just I hear your goals and thank you so much for sharing them with me. Sounds like you have a lot of really great things you want to do. You want to purchase a home, you want to be able to also start a business, some music, and got your children you want to make sure taken care of. But I'd like to just give you a little bit of insight, if you will, on how these policies work. Okay, so that way you have the right expectations of what it can and what it cannot do for you. Okay, so the
Hmm.
first thing is that yes, a whole life policy does build cash value, unlike a term policy. So I'm sorry that someone told you that term policy will pay you any type of cash value after a year. That's incorrect. The way I like to share it and help people understand is term is like renting an apartment. Okay, so it's not building any equity, and eventually you'll move out, and what you've paid into it, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, but it's keeping you in that apartment for that time, so it has a job to do. But it, when you're a tenant, you're not building any equity. That's why people buy a house, right? They buy a house because number one, they don't have to worry about the price going up over time. But for two, eventually, every time they make a payment towards that house, it builds equity. And that equity then can become cash value and they can borrow against it, right? And that's kind of like what I'm hearing you say. You want to eventually build equity into a policy that will then begin to pay out or allow you some cash value that you can use down the road. Now, what I want to level set for you is the timing of all of that, because it's not going to, if you don't have a lump sum, that's why I was asking you how much do you have to put into this policy, then you're building that equity little by little. Each payment that you're making is going to start to build that equity over time. And usually you don't see cash value begin, just like if you had a house and you bought a house and you was making payments into your first house. Most of the time, the interest is what's being paid initially. And then after that, then you actually start getting into the principal. And that's when you start to see an acceleration of how much cash value you've accumulated over time. It works exactly the same with a whole life policy. So over time, you will be able to do those things. But usually we tell people it should stay in a policy for at least the first 10 years. So you want to have at least 10 years of making those payments to see cash value grow at a level where you can then use some of that and borrow. You can become your own bank and be able to borrow against it and pay it back, and then borrow again and pay it back and use it in that way. And because you're only 32, in 10 years you'll be 42, there'll be a lot of things that you'll be able to still accomplish. You got young children, so maybe that money may have to be redirected to them going to school, helping them with school. And then maybe you will have to do a few different things in order for you to get that business started now, or for you to be able to start, look at purchasing a home. But to be really realistic with you, that's not going to happen right away for you, because you have to build that equity just like you would if you bought a house. Does that make sense for you?
Yes, it does. But what about can I get some of the money out of the $300 on my job?
So
Because I
that's a
still
great question. You want to speak to your HR department, but usually those policies that are in place at the job, those are owned by the company. And so because it's owned by the company, you wouldn't have any rights to the cash value, because you're not the one paying into it, the company is. But you can certainly find out. I think it's a good idea for you to go to your HR, understand how your policy works. If something were to happen to you, who does your family contact, and how do you make the claims? Who's the bank that it's through, right? I mean, the insurance company that your policy is through. Is it term? So there's certain things that you're going to want to understand about that $300,000 policy, so you know exactly what you have. So I would encourage you to do that. But the chances are you're not going to be able to borrow. I'm pretty sure of it, but I don't want to tell you your information for your company, but I would say 9 times out of 10, you won't have the ability to borrow because you don't own that policy. And that's why it's such a good idea. And I commend you for looking into something outside of your company so that you have ownership of it. So that as that cash value does grow, you can go ahead and use it for yourself and your family.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mona.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very good. That answered my questions.
Thank
I
you
hope
so much.
I hope that helps somebody,
It
because
did.
that was a lot of moving parts there, Angela, with the job coverage and then the IU questions about borrowing from the policy. I hope y'all pick that up, because that will happen to you. You're going to come across your power base that has coverage on a job, and you're going to need to explain just how Mona did on why you need coverage outside the job.
That was
Sure.
good. I enjoyed that.
Go ahead, Mona. That's good
Great
stuff.
job, Mona. Great job, Mona. You nailed it.
And she did it in good time.
Yeah, she nailed it too.
It's 8:52. I would say we do another role play, but we might be tight on time because we want people at the doors at 9 o'clock and on the VCC at 9 also. So, well, before Sharaka take over, we got some moving parts today. We got new agent orientation at 7 o'clock for licensed agents. We have accelerator at 7 o'clock for unlicensed agents. So please plug them in. Chauncey will post the link for the new agent orientation, and I'll post the link for the accelerator course. And I think today we are doing Marion's doing it over on
Yes.
Mutual of Omaha. So guys,
Everybody should be on there.
everybody. I can't be on.
Well, not everybody,
Listen to
but
them.
you know, like there's some people that are going to be on with Jamal, but
Yeah. But
don't
I'll
think of it as
listen.
just the ordinary. Everyone is encouraged to join that call so we can hear it and support Marion as he's sharing the information on Mutual of Omaha, and I think that's a great company to learn more information about.
Right.
Hi, I just had a quick question for Jamal. I know I heard you say work in jail. So are you calling your job jail or do you actually work in a jail?
Oh, I'm in prison.
Yeah.
A prison.
Yeah.
So
Working
you work
great.
in a
I'm working in prison.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. I'm like, I just didn't know if you called your job a prison or jail. Like, I get it if you felt that way, but so you actually work in a prison. Okay, that's what I thought I heard you say before.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
actually love my job too, tell you the truth. But
Okay, cool.
yeah, I love
Yeah, he
prison.
always called it jail. He's
Love
like, oh,
prison. That is hilarious. I've never heard anybody say they love prison.
Yeah. They don't bother me. I don't bother them.
Right.
I think Sonora had her hand up first, and then we could go with you, Zoom user.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Great morning, everybody. I
Great
just had a
morning.
quick question about the accelerator class. If I sent someone the link to sign up for accelerator on yesterday, can they attend the class tonight?
Yep.
Thank
You
you.
you can invite somebody that didn't even sign up to Excel to come on the course today.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Zoom user I'm sorry, is that Emmanuel?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Emmanuel. And then we go ahead with I think that was Jeanette.
Yes. What time will the class be for the Mutual from Omaha tonight?
7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Is that going to be on Zoom as well? Do we have this link for
That's
that?
correct. Yes. Great. Jeanette, you got a question?
Actually, I was going to ask about a role play since you mentioned prison. It's going to be. I mean, I know the answer to it. I had somebody contacted me from social media and wanted to get a policy on their son.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I know what the answer is. They got to go to their social work and pretty much get time. Like
It
extra
depends on the
time
state.
other than 10 minutes on a phone.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Now she told me that she was a power of attorney of her son, so I wouldn't even need to talk with him. Correct?
Depends on the state that the
It's
policy
PA.
owner's in.
He's in PA.
So I would find out. Reach out to Sharaka or the agent manual because this is definitely senior life that you're doing the policy on.
Right.
Because you might not need consent from the person in jail. The policy owner could do everything.
Okay.
Okay, because there's no health questions.
Just a copy of the power of attorney. That's it, and submit it. Right? Correct.
It won't hurt.
Okay.
Submit it.
I think senior life wanted because I did one before.
Okay.
Yeah, and they requested it. Okay.
And I did it, and they didn't request it.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
But it was in Georgia, though. I mean, North Carolina. You don't need the insurance phone at all.
Okay.
So, all
right.
Yeah, and I know Sonora, you had a question, and Britt had a question. So,
all right. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Jeanette. What question you got, Sonora, or your hand? You didn't lower your hand yet.
Sorry, I forgot to lower my hand.
No problem. Britt, did you want to ask real quick? We got 1 minute.
Oh no, I was trying to lower my hand. I'm okay.
All right, good.
All right, I just want to say this real quick. Sorry. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay, this was a phenomenal call. Cheryl, you brought up some amazing points to show us just how powerful is the word that comes to mind. I don't know, but we have an amazing opportunity here. I mean, this is just amazing. And yeah, so 30 seconds. I just needed to say that, and the role plays were phenomenal. This was really good, but I think we need some training on what Cheryl was telling us today. Because, man, we can offer some stuff to our clients. All right, y'all. Love you.
I agree.
You ain't excited, Angel.
I agree.
Yeah, we need training.
I agree.
Yeah, excellent information, Cheryl.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, especially Rockefeller, that book. I mean, the information on passing wealth, generational wealth, and keeping it in the family, that's some big stuff there.
Yep. All right, it's all on you now, Sharaka.
All right. Wow. So I think y'all excited. Sound excited this morning, Jamal. What you
Oh, yeah.
think?
Oh man, they sound real excited.
Absolutely.
Good.
So I'm definitely, excited over here. Just wanted to share a couple of my takeaways is that from today, from the lesson, most agents leave gold on the table by not following up. We want to remember that the fortune is in the follow up, but only for those who actually do it. All right. So we need to actually do it. And Mona did the training presentation last week. We talked about the 90-minute daily schedule, that we have for prospecting, including follow-up, into our schedule, guys. So we've got to put it on our calendar, time block to make sure that we are both prospecting and following up every day. And remember, one call is never enough. You don't build a business on touches, you build it on intentional connections. All right. So we want to take action by always following up with each call. I love the handwritten note, a card. I know Kamisha posted that she had purchased her box of cards. So we want to remember that, okay, to just send a card, a follow-up email, a text message. So let's be sure that we are taking intentional action. All right. So being sure that we get everybody's complete contact information. And that's why even on the spreadsheet to prepare for the CRM, it has so many different fields for contact information because you want to be sure that you have that insured, the owner, the payer, everyone's complete contact information, cell phone, address, email, so that you will be able to reach out to them when needed. All right. So we can have direct access. Okay. That's going to give you the ability to be able to connect with them for reminders, confirmations, other, marketing opportunities in the future, and to be able to have long-term, lifetime contact with someone that you already done business with. Okay. Remember that gatekeepers, number 3, are part of your power base. If you treat the assistant like they don't matter, you'll never get through the door. All right. So just remember that the gatekeepers, assistants, receptionists, even adult children can block or bless your access. So we want to make every contact count, build rapport, not resistance. And then we want to be sure that we follow up. People are busy. The purpose of great follow up is to anchor your name to the interaction. All right. Following up presents us as a professional and intentional. It's not nagging, it's nurturing. So we got to change our mindset, that we are sales professional, and following up is a part of what we do because we have got to nurture our relationships. Okay. So we've got to triple our follow-up, all right, touches, and be sure that we are tracking our follow-up as well. And so don't treat any call or contact as casual. Your ability to follow up professionally and consistently is the difference between a one-time lead and you becoming that trusted advisor. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So those are my takeaways for this morning. But thank you so much, Cheryl, for sharing an awesome message. And we'll post those resources over in Discord. Thanks, Jamal and Mona, for a great your takeaways and for your role plays. Thanks, everyone, for your active participation and engagement. Let's go over to Discord. Let's be sure and post our goals for today. It's time to be tenacious, take charge, and to take over and dominate the day. Okay. We've got to take full ownership, full responsibility for our success and for helping serve and protect others. Thank you, Jamal, for those announcements. We have the cohort will be opening back up. Okay, some of you are requesting to participate, so you will get an email posted in Discord. We are opening back up for one last chance for you to make your reservations. Also, we are preparing for Medicare and AEP season. If you want more information about that, the email is going out about that as well, guys. We got a lot on the table. We got a lot going on, so you want to be sure that you're on the calls, that you're paying attention to your email so you don't miss out. Let's everybody have a wonderful and a blessed day, and we'll see you this evening. Go ahead and send your reminders now, all right, to your candidates who are studying for your Agent Accelerator study session this evening and for new agent orientation. Have a wonderful and a blessed day, guys. If you need help, let me know. Please email your lead orders as well. Have a fantastic day, guys. Love you all. Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Great day,
Great
great day.
day.